today's lessons are on spurs, different kinds of spurs, how to thread them, how to put them on, and get them on the right shoe. So there's all different kinds of spurs out there. There's little spurs. These are just a little short spur. There's even stubbier ones that people use for pony kids who can't, or people that have really loose legs, so they don't irritate their horses. This one has a little sharper nose. Here's one that has a dull round nose, so it's a little bit softer on the horse's side. We also have little rowel spurs. This one just has a tiny rowel, and these are real soft and round. They're not sharp at all. Okay, and you'll see some of the Western spurs have they can be long and sharp, and these are used to roll along the horse's side when they're, instead of just jabbing them, they can roll them too when they're squeezing. So there's all kinds of spurs out there, and they have different shapes, and I'm trying to find one that has a real different shape. This one, you can kind of see where it has, well, maybe not. Some of them are going to have the outside longer than the inside metal piece, or they're shaped a little bit different, and that's sometimes how you tell which is left and which is right. Now this spur, if you take a look at this spur, it has no strap on it. Okay, I want to make sure that my spur part is actually facing down, so this would be the direction that it's going to go on my shoe. And when I look at it this direction, I'm going to say that this is going to be my left spur. These ones are a little bit tougher and probably don't matter because they're pretty straight. Yep, I was right. This is my left spur. Okay, so this one, and the reason I say that is when I'm looking at it, it just looks like this outside piece is a little bit longer than this inside piece. But this particular spur probably doesn't matter so much. All right, now when I'm going to thread this to get it ready to put on my left foot, the one thing I remember is that I want my buckle on the outside so that when I put this on and thread it, my strap is going to the outside of my left foot. So that's how I do it for a left foot. If this was for a right foot, my buckle would be over here on the right, so that when I brought this around, I would thread it and bring it over. Okay, so how do I get it to go on the left-hand side so that my buckle is over here? In order to do that, I have to start on my left-hand side, and I'm going to thread through the top part, going this direction, and then I'm going to come back through the hole, and then I'm going to go through the bottom hole on the inside part here, not too far because I have to leave room for my foot, and then I'm going to thread through the top. So now that I have this threaded, and you'll have to adjust it depending on your shoe. Okay, I'll show you how to put this on. So if I was going to put this on my shoe, and I think this is a little person one, so I'm going to grab a different spur that's going to be bigger. Okay, this is a right-hand spur, and I know that because my buckle's on the right-hand side. So when I go to put it on, I just put it under inside my heel. I make sure this is adjusted up behind my foot. I strap it on so it's firm but not so tight that it cuts off blood supply, and you can see that my strap goes off to the outside. And if it was really long, I could either cut my strap or I can even tuck it in to my shoe. Don't make it so close. Now these boots don't have spur rests like this boot. If I were to be wearing these boots, I could put my spur up high, I could put it in the middle, or I could put it down low. Now your placement of your spur depends a lot on what you're riding and how tall you are. A short person is going to tend to want to have their spurs a little bit higher, a little bit lower, because their legs are up higher on the horse. If you're a tall person, you probably are going to wear your spur up higher because your leg is much lower on the side of the horse. Okay, so the spur placement does matter. And then when I'm done with my spurs, in order to make sure I don't lose them, I always match them up with their partner. I hook them up, and these spur straps are leather so they can be clean just like any of your other tack. I hook them together so I always know that the match goes together. Alright, that's the lesson on spurs today. Good luck and happy riding.